Hey watercolor artists, it's a beautiful day to paint and a beautiful day to paint some fur. I have 4 brushes I want to show you guys today in this video: flat grainer, filbert grainer, script liner, and fan brush. And you can do a variety of things, and I want to show you kind of what I do, whether it's larger areas of color with some diffuse wet on wet, or whether it's some really detailed areas of like around the eye or just pulling out highlights. So without further ado, let's get into it. 4 different brushes. Okay guys, the first fabulous fur brush is a flat grainer brush. I did that in the Beagle. I use it to get thicker, larger areas quickly. So let's demo this. You can actually make your own if you're crafty. Just lay it down and take an old flat brush and cut some of those bristles out. But I like this one, kind of a medium size. Here we go. I'm using it wet, fairly wet here. And you guys can see I'm using it wet on dry. And now let's take a look at what happens when I use it on wet, damp. I'm going to use that in a second. While I'm letting that go, I want to show you something else kind of fun. You can use this to get really cool wavy effects for other things. It's just a really cool brush. But for fur, it's fabulous. Okay, so if I had some like larger chunky areas of fur that I wanted to do, you can put that in and it softens. So let's take a look at this Yorkie. That's what I did here. This Yorkie with the fabulous silky fur, but you see how it sort of softens and diffuses. This is for bigger areas, kind of. You can use this in different ways. You can make lines with, or you can turn it sideways. Let's see what that does. You can do little textures by laying on top of each other. You can do just a couple of the bristles and get a couple of lines. And you can use more or less water. But I use this, like I said, sort of in a larger chunk fur area. We can also see this here in the black dog. I think it's a multi-poo. Used to babysit for this dog, pet sit. But if I want to get a lot of area and little individual hairs kind of like that, then we can do that and have the base kind of wiggle it and then pull it out. And you can get a lot quickly. Guys, tip, fur in the direction that it grows. Let's pretend this was around an eye and you want to do it, you know, in the direction that it's going. It could be growing that way, that way. It makes sense, but if you do it, it really makes a difference. Okay, let's look at the next one. Okay, this one's a Filbert Grainer. Filbert is this rounded shape brush, and it also is cut, you can see that, but it's thinner. This one specifically, I have a Princeton 3/4. It does a little bit of a finer, little bit of hair for you guys can see. It just feels like fur, doesn't it? And you can do that. You can also, look at it, it just really you could do this for like a little porcupine. I mean, there's so many things. You can use it for grasses. This one is amazing for fur and stuff. Let's do some black. You guys can see all that. I like to use this wet on wet and wet on dry, getting kind of, if I'm doing the base, I can do it with this. And then if I do it more wet on dry, you can get, so this black is kind of drier. Let's go to this brown. You can then add a little, look, we're putting in just a little bit of some of those details inside the hair, like a little rusty detail. If you had like a cute little Benji dog, something like that. And then, so you can also do this wet on wet. And I wet this little part down here, and you guys can see it can be a little more diffuse for you then. So some of those individual furs will meld together if we're doing it down here wet on wet. But I really like this. There's a lot you can do. Guys, I want to show you a really cool trick. Watch this. I'm going to double load my brush with 2 colors, one on this end and one on this end. And then you guys, this is kind of a cool thing to do for curly. Watch. I'm gonna get it a little more wet because that was dry. But look, how cool is that? You could get some really cool, I'm just taking my brush and kind of pushing around. Look, that was really dry. Ignore this sample. But if I put wet into it, look. This can be for human hair too. So I'm double loading again, like a darker color, and let's do this one with like a yellow ochre on the other side. You can really see it. I'm dipping it, then I'm dabbing it on paper towel. Let's watch. You can really get some cool stuff going in there. See that? And then you can do that for like shadows and highlights. In the Cocker Spaniel example, I have that. So you can see there's like lighter and a darker. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Guys, one of my other favorites is a fan brush, and you can get this in lots of different sizes. I use small. I'm using small lately because I'm doing minis. But look at this. We have Skip the Diva. This is my dog, one of my dogs. And this is a place to use fan brush and taking some of the brown over into the cream area. And it just gives you more, it's a harder, more rigid kind of some of the fan brushes, and it gives you more individual hairs, a little bit more control over the hairs and stuff. And you can also see it on this Bernese. This was my dad's dog and passed young at 4. But you can see some of that, taking that black off into the edge over the background wash. That is perfect for fan brush. It's easier to do black on the light background. Okay, let's take a look at this one. Let's do just a little black. So I'm gonna use it on half. I just got it a little wetter. Another good thing you can do is cross. Make kind of cross textures. And if you press harder while you're in the middle of it, you can get a darker spot there and then just have some of the fur coming out from the edge, or you can hold it really light up. Another good thing I love about this is holding it this way and dabbing it down. And you can get little dots in a row, and those can be for like their noses, the little parts around their nose where the whiskers come out. This is perfect for that. It gets you a row of dots. Really cool. Okay, the last one is a script liner, a good old long brush, long bristles, and real skinny. You can get this in lots of different lengths, sizes, and widths. This is a number 1. You can do this for the curly hair on that Cocker Spaniel. This is for bringing out, for me, I use it for 1 or 2 like highlight individual strands, like really want to put a focus on those or make them really individual. If you did a whole dog portrait or any animal or stuff with this, it would take you forever. So I do it as kind of 1 or 2 that I really want to make stand out. Look at this here and the eyes. See how they left, I specifically left this one area so I could do a couple hairs going over the eyes. And also in this Maltese, you can also use a little bit of a marker, which I did here at the end, and even like a white gel pen, but a lot of this is just individual. So what I like to do is put my pinky down and then just kind of give it a little curl. I kind of just kiss it to the paper. Script liner, like calligraphy type script. It can be very curly, loose. So if I want to do a couple of hairs coming out, you can do it. Or also amazing for whiskers. So this one you can have a lot of control and a lot of just like delicate little, look how thick, look how just wispy we can make it. I'll do this in the brown. You can make it just little wisps. And again, guys, think about the uses for landscapes and other things. But for our fur, this is awesome. Or for people, you have curly hair and you want to pull out a little curl coming down, there you go. So cute. Okay guys, try out these brushes for sure. Like, subscribe. There's so many great tutorials for fur and everything else.